Hey BBs, it's Plastic, and today I'm back with you guys for another video. How are y'all doing today? I hope we're all doing really well. In today's video, I want to sit down with you guys in Ghoulchat and talk about some of my biggest doll pet peeves when it comes to collecting dolls. I have a really big doll collection, so over the past couple years, there's been some things that when, buying dolls and collecting them, it just bothers me, and I thought that maybe if I could talk about it, it'd maybe help me calm down about them. They're not even that big of issues. These are just some of my nitpicky things that bother me when buying and collecting dolls. And it's not the community side or buying them or anything too obvious, but I just want to talk about them with you guys. And if you guys agree with these, or if you guys want to add anything onto this list, let me know in the comments below. But please be respectful and positive and everything, so we can get into this. But the first gimmick, or I guess the first pet peeve that I have, are actually gimmick dolls. I don't even mind gimmick dolls. I actually quite like gimmick dolls in the way of the hair gimmicks. I love the Spa de Laguna. I love the fashion gimmicks. I like some fashion gimmicks when I like a gimmick doll when it can be treated as a doll. So my thing would be, oh gosh, a gimmick that I don't like though are dolls that don't feel like dolls when they are gimmicks. So the dolls that sing, the dolls that are in weird funky poses, and the dolls that have mechanical stuff in them. These are dolls that they are technically dolls, but they don't act and feel like a normal doll would. This isn't a normal Monster High doll, because Claudine has this horrible wig on, this thing going on, and she's just mechanically weird. There's something about, and she doesn't sit right. That's something that bothers me about gimmick dolls in just general, and I obviously know they're not for me. I'm not the target audience. I get that and I understand that, but as a collector, these are just some of the dolls that I just don't truly like buying and adding to my collection. I think they're fun, if they're in box maybe, but I don't know, the whole battery thing that this doll does. And again, I liked this as a kid. I don't think I played with her that much. I think I mainly just took her outfit because it kind of reminded me of the original Claudine, gets molded after the original Claudine. But something about the gimmick just isn't my thing. And again, that's a wig, it's just not the tea. And this is my first Bratz doll technically, is Talking Bratz Chloe, and I think she's a really pretty doll. But I don't even mind the whole base stand that talks to you. That's fine to me. My issue with the doll is that she's posed in a really weird way, so she doesn't feel like an original Bratz doll. She's a Bratz doll, but she's not a Bratz doll in my brain. She can't sit, she can't do the right, she doesn't have the regular arms. This doll, maybe I shouldn't be saying that, but I think she'd be a lot better as a gimmick doll if the stand base was a regular, fit the regular Bratz body, and she could just stand a normal Bratz doll, and then you can take the shoes. Oh, you can't take the shoes off. I didn't even know that, I don't think. Oh wow, they're weird. This isn't a regular Bratz shoe. So I just wish it was a regular Bratz doll on this base, but I don't know, maybe there's a reason for it. It just doesn't really feel like a regular Bratz doll, and that's just one of my pet peeves. Everything's falling off. I think her earring just fell off, but I don't know, I wish I could sit her down and play with her a regular Bratz doll, and then also have the standing base if I wanted her to, because I have a Yasmin who's a Talking Bratz Yasmin, and she just kind of just stands there posely, awkwardly, so I don't know, it's just one of my things. Another pet peeve that I know a lot of people have are stands, which I love stands. I want stands on every doll that I buy that's over $20. iView should come with a stand. Monster High. I think that it should just be a standard for dolls to come with stands at this point. I think, they're good for kids. When I was a kid, I loved stands. And when I was a collector, I also obviously I love stands. But my thing with the stands are stands that do not work, because you just push this doll a little bit, you wiggle her around, or you even pick her up, and the stand base falls apart, which I guess picking her up she's meant to be standed, so it's not the biggest thing that she falls apart, but it's more of a thing where the Rainbow High stands in specific are my biggest pet peeves when it comes to doll stands. Just because the base, this plastic part isn't molded in deep enough, so I don't know if you could tell, but if you have a Rainbow High doll, look at the stand and you can see the plastic just should be all the way down. It's I don't know if I could show you guys, but the plastic bit that's cut into it so it holds the stand isn't deep enough, and it doesn't hold the weight of a Rainbow High doll, because Rainbow High dolls are very heavy and very big dolls, and they're top heavy because they have giant heads, and sometimes they have bigger clothes which make them heavier, and they just don't always stand correctly on these stand, and it makes them tumble over a lot, and it's really annoying to me when I'm trying to display a set, or I'm trying to make them look nice on the shelves, and the stands just tumble over. So that's one of my pet peeves when it comes to Rainbow High stands, but most of the stands in my collection are pretty good. Monster High has this issue a lot of the times where their stands aren't carved in, I guess, deep enough or strong enough to actually hold the dolls, but I think I find it more prevalent on Miss Rainbow High, because Rainbow High is like the one that kind of comes with stands now. That's another thing. One thing that's kind of obvious that I talk about a lot, and I don't want to beat a dead horse or anything, but polypropylene hair ruins the experience for a doll for me. I've talked about this so many times, but it was really annoying because last night I was like watching a movie and I just want to like hang out with my Abby doll, and her hair just makes my like made my skin like feel like it was burning. I know it wasn't, and like that's kind of dramatic, but it feels so gross, and it's so like disgusting to look. Like this like looks like fried doll hair. I paid $24.99 USD for this doll, and that's what it comes down to. Like, it's just very like upsetting, and I don't want to talk about polypropylene too much in this video because I've talked about it like many times. It's just my biggest thing when it comes to doll collecting. I hate it. I think in 2023, how are we still using polypropylene is beyond me. It ruins the experience for a doll, and it's my biggest pet peeve. It's not even a pet peeve, it's more like a full-on beef. Like, if I met the person who was continuing to use polypropylene in the year 2023, we'd have a very long conversation about how I dislike it. So just not great. And it's fine for displaying dolls. Like, if you just like display the doll with polypropylene and you like flatten iron it and you like whatever, it's not bad. But like when you just like try to play with the doll, like I like all my dolls to kind of be like emotional support dolls where I can just like play with them and pick them up and bring them around. And it kind of just like kills the energy if I feel like I can't like brush the hair properly. It's a big like sensor issue. So again, I talked about this so many times, but I hate polypropylene hair. It's like my biggest pet peeve. Again, I have a lot of dolls to talk about for articulation. The first one I think I want to talk about is dolls that are like articulated with like the fun points but don't do the right things. Like a Fierce doll is the best example of this in my collection, and I hate to do it because I love the Fierce dolls. This doll has like the cool posable arms, right? Like, but you cannot touch her face. This is the furthest her hand's fine. But, like the shoulder, you can't do much with it. Like it does the posing and it's better than it just being straight, but it's very limited in the way of it can pose. And same with the leg. I mean, the leg isn't, it just can't even do like a, is this the right angle? I don't know. But it's very stiff in comparison to like the regular OMG dolls. So I really just do not enjoy, like another just pet peeve is like, why would you make the arm bend but not bend enough where it can really like touch her face or do any, like it can kind of touch, like if you just like really force it but it doesn't like hold a pose like that. I just find the Fierce dolls to have really limiting posability. So it's like my biggest thing with these dolls is how they just cannot pose like how I want them to. Another thing when it comes down to kind of like posability and stuff are when you can see the pegs. When the pegs aren't molded correctly, like the tweevil, you can kind of see like the peg. Like it bothers me so much and I don't know how to fix it, to be honest. So if anyone knows how to fix it, I wonder if boiling water would help fix it, but like it sticks out incorrectly and it really just irks my soul. Why would we do this? This doll was like $25 as well. I think when you divide the pack into two, it's like these, each of them are $25. And they're not even like they're very elaborate. Like they're wearing like a basic dress and recolored shoes. I just wish they like fix this issue. Just adjust, like it doesn't look good on display. It doesn't look good when you pose them. You have to like kind of like pose them like to like their hands aren't like really like there. Like I like to pose like that kind of. So I don't know, like just a really like stupid thing. Like couldn't we have not fixed that in like prototyping? Maybe it takes more to that, but it was only ever on this body. Like all the new Bratz bodies that we have like the nice arms, like the hands go into the pegs, and this just doesn't, so it bothers me a lot. Articulation though in like the doll, I guess, community is a very popular thing. I don't always need articulation when it comes to dolls, so it's not like a pet peeve. But it is a pet peeve when it comes to like Barbie. So I think Bratz is a good thing in my brain of like no articulation. I think as long as a doll who has no articulation has like a hand that doesn't like bother me, it doesn't stick out like this, it doesn't stick out inward, and it's like a little bit bendy. I like this plastic when it's like bendy like this, that's fine to me. And I like the click knee joints, that's content with me. Like I'm perfectly fine with this limited opposability as long as the girl has a good face, as long as she's kind of smaller, and as long as you can kind of like move it a little bit, like it's just like a little bit rubbery. My issue though when that comes to it is with Barbie dolls, or at least modern Barbie dolls. I kind of find this point, this is a Five Below doll, so like I'm not gonna be too mean to her because she was like $5, but this body, like you can't really like pose it like that. It's like a very hard plastic, and the hands just don't look correct. Her legs are just, you can't like snap them anymore. And I guess like again, maybe that's my fault for buying a $5 Barbie and thinking she'd be better quality, but I truly just hate this body so beyond much. And another thing that I have, like, because I think this is a better Barbie body in my opinion This is like, they have a little bit more rubberiness, but like the legs just bend and snap. They're more of a rubbery material. This is a hard plastic and it's kind of hollowy. I mean, they're both kind of hollow, but like the legs being hollow just kind of ruin it for me. She's also very light. I hate when dolls are like lightweight. I want them to be a little bit heavier, not like too heavy or anything, but like just heavy enough where like they feel like, you know, that's just like a me thing as well. A thing though that about articulation that I can't stand it is when the hands are wrong. OMG has fixed this, so it's like kind of stupid to talk about it now. But like, I just do not like when the hands just don't look right. Like if it's not posable, that's fine. Again, dolls don't always need to be posable for me to be happy. As long as the doll's cute. Like I think this doll's cute enough. Her design's cute. Her hair is nice. Her face is pretty enough. Like there's no pixelation or anything where I don't mind it, but like the hands just really just bug me out a little bit. Like no person is like resting in like this being their natural state. So I would just like when they're like this, you know. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it does. My last thing about articulation is this Barbie body in specific. I guess not specific, but like just when they have the posable arms but not posable hands, it feels like a very weird, like, I guess it's like it's better than nothing, but it feels like stiff to me. I don't know. I probably just would have rather the regular Mycene body. I guess this was like what, like a Vespa Mycene doll, so like it's fine, but like it just feels a little bit like ooh. And again, probably because I grew up with Monster High, so I grew up with all of the articulation. It just feels like very like interesting that like this is all y'all get. It just feels weird. And these knees, I don't like when they like these knees, like they like bite you. Like if you get your skin caught in them, they hurt. Like it's happened to me before with this doll. So I don't like how this looks, but like that's an old Barbie mold. I don't even think they use this knee anymore. But just not like my favorite. A pet peeve that I have that I think a lot of people have is pixelation on dolls. Mattel uses it. Bratz used to use it. This Barbie doll looks crazy. You can't even see I'll take a picture of her and put her on screen, but the pixelation on this doll drives me insane. Because like this is a really cute Barbie doll, I think. Just, you know, for like what, 2020, which that's when she released. She's cute, you know, she did her thing. She's part of the extra line, so she's as cute as she can be for being a part of the extra line. Just the pixelation truly ruins the vibe of this doll. It looks like a sticker. I think this doll originally costed like 25 bucks or something like that. So the pixelation on that is insane to me. I think pixelation for like $2 dolls, like $5 dolls, like whatever, like they're for like the bath toys, like they're not even dolls at that point. I just think that, again, in this year, pixelation should not be a thing. It looks grainy, it looks awful. And I don't know, it's just not my favorite. It's a pet peeve that I have. It's a thing that I would probably deteriorate myself from buying a doll. If Monster High Generation 3 ever started using pixelation, I'd probably definitely pause on them. Thankfully they haven't, so like I'd rather, I guess, polypropylene than pixelation. So like if I had to choose two of the worser evils, I guess what we're getting now is fine. But just pet peeves that I have about like cheaper quality. Like again, a doll doesn't have to be the most high quality thing for me to be obsessed with it. Like I actually like the Tweevil dolls, like the one that's just Casey or Christy or whoever this one, like this one. Like she's fine, she's cute, she's not the best quality or anything. She's wearing a very simple dress, but I still like her just because of how the quality is good. You know what I mean? Like the quality is good, but it's not. You know, like they don't have to have a billion studs on them. They don't need to have string laces for me to actually enjoy them, because some of the times more high quality details actually ruin the doll for me. This is a case with Tiara Song, and it's not just her, where the studs on the dress fall off and it just like I don't even put the studs on there. Like it's very pretty, like the studs, like how they like shine in the light. This doll is such a pet peeve to me because I can't touch her anymore because like the gems keep falling off. Every time I touch her, a gem falls off. And I just wish that there was a better glue to use or something, because like doesn't that look like really weird? I don't know. It just is a pet peeve. Another thing that I have that is probably really unpopular because I've never ever seen anyone talk about this, but I really just do not like string shoes on Rainbow High dolls. I guess not just on any dolls. I hate the strings, like the laces on dolls. It bugs me a little bit. I'd rather these just be plastic. I get this is a collector doll, so I probably shouldn't be using Lily Chang as an example, because like she could do no wrong to anyone, and it's just like I have not tied this in a while. But like when was it, like Leela came with them in series 4 of Rainbow High, those little sandal things bothered me so bad because I had acrylics on and I couldn't figure out how to tie the little tiny bow. So I don't like these. It's not like a big thing if they come with them or anything, and it's fine, but I'd rather plastic. I know that's crazy to say, but I just don't think the dolls always need to be this giant big quality thing. Like the quality on a doll doesn't have to be, you know, crazy for me to enjoy them personally. And sometimes like the higher quality just ruins it for me. I don't know. Like tiara, like the gemstones kind of falling off kind of irk me. But that was kind of my list of some doll pet peeves I have right now. A lot of them are kind of silly and very nitpicky, but I think some of them are fun, kind of just fun to talk about. Again, I want to know in the comments below though, what are you guys' thoughts and opinions on some of these, you know, pet peeves that I have, and what are some pet peeves that you guys have when collecting dolls and like buying dolls and like your least favorite things? I want to know so much in the comments below though. But again, thank you guys so much for ghoul chatting with me today. It was so much fun with you guys, and I cannot wait to catch y'all though in the next one. I love you all endlessly, and I'll see you very soon. Love you, bye. Bye everybody.